Hey everyone. I was away for about 2 weeks checking out Japan and I had a major insomnia breakthrough. Although I'm pretty deep in insomnia recovery, it's always great when you learn something new. I had two all-nighters during this trip, one at the very beginning and one at the very end. But although they were objectively the same experience, there was something I did that caused a massive effect in how the hangover felt. In fact, in the second case, the hangover was virtually non-existent. So let's look at the first night. It was on the night before my trip. I had to get up super early at 4 in the morning and then hit the ground running with something as stressful as international travel. Travel in general was always a big trigger for me, and so sure enough, on that night I don't think I got any sleep at all whatsoever. I fell back into the struggle. I'm not perfect, I'm susceptible to it too, and I spent that night really struggling to make sleep happen. So when I got out of bed at 4 in the morning, I had that really groggy insomnia hangover and I didn't feel great. Having said that, my sleep returned to normal during the trip itself and I ended up having a great time. Now where it gets really interesting is my time on the flight back. If you're an ambitious man with insomnia, I've got the only insomnia program that you will ever need. The Path to Peace program. Whether you're trying to excel in your career, athletics, or dating and you find that insomnia keeps getting in your way, I've got your back. We've got a curated video curriculum, a dedicated Slack channel, group coaching sessions twice a week. And if you're an ambitious woman and you're interested, don't worry, this program works great for everyone. Click on the link below and we'll get you started on the Path to Peace. See, the flight was at 7 o'clock in the evening, Japan time. I was going to be taking the red eye. Now, whenever I take a flight, I really don't want to sleep. I don't want sleep to happen at all. And this has nothing to do with insomnia. I genuinely enjoy taking that time to watch whatever movies I've been hoping to check out or read whatever completely guilt-free because I know I'm not stuck there and I see it as therefore I'm not wasting time. So while I was there watching 10 plus hours of the Avengers, I actually had to fight off sleep a couple of times. I caught myself nodding off. But the point is that I made a point to voluntarily give myself an all-nighter because even when the plane landed, I still had a bit of travel to do before I ended up back home. And I cannot express how much better I felt this time around. I mean, I felt noticeably better. In fact, if anything, I didn't have any of that uncomfortable hyperarousal feeling with a tight chest or dry eyes. If anything, I just felt good old-fashioned sleepy. I would say about 90% of that discomfort was removed. And this was not an isolated incident. Just by coincidence, I was recently talking to a client who did something similar where they voluntarily pulled an all-nighter because he spent the night going out clubbing with his friends and he didn't get back home until 5 o'clock in the morning. And he reported that he felt fine. Now what this tells me is that this should remove a massive amount of insomnia-related anxiety because it implies that it's not the lack of sleep that makes us so uncomfortable, but rather it's the fighting for sleep all night that makes us so uncomfortable. That means that even if the worst possible thing happens and we don't get any sleep, that's okay. We'll be fine. We can still feel pretty good. So it's not, I will only feel good if I relax enough so that this thing that's completely outside of my control happens and I fall asleep. Rather, it's even if I lie here and nothing happens all night, that's also okay. The biggest reason why insomnia is so scary, in my opinion, is because it gives us this impression that unless we force ourselves to relax enough, then sleep won't happen. And only if that thing that's outside of our control happens will we be able to feel good. So no, it's not the lack of sleep that's the enemy here. It's the whole fear around it. And now that I think about it, I think that's why you'll hear about people who, despite being so stressed out over insomnia, get a good night's sleep, maybe 7 or 8 hours, and they'll still wake up feeling rather uncomfortable because the fear was still a major component. And then, of course, since we can offload a lot of this pressure, that means that the sleep that we're looking for in the first place comes back to us more and more. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, please do the usual like, comment, subscribe stuff. Here at Insomnia to Peace, I provide coaching services to driven men looking to overcome insomnia for good.